Voting is the linchpin of democracy, and democracy demands transparency, not trust. Yet there is no real transparency to the way Americans vote today. While our politicians are required to vote publicly and openly, we citizens are held to a different standard, a lower standard. We vote remotely, privately, and anonymously by machine, absentee, early, and secret ballot. It's an invitation to massive and undetectable vote fraud. Things weren't always this way. Before the Civil War, voting was a completely transparent process for white men. It was only after the Civil War, as the right to vote expanded to African Americans, that the voting process itself began to recede from public view and meaningful oversight. It started with absentee voting in the 1870s, secret ballots in the 1880s, and voting machines in the 1890s. Today in America, 30% of all voting is by absentee or early. 95% of all votes are machine processed, and 100% of all ballots are secret and anonymous. For the sake of convenience and alleged voter protection, Congress has destroyed the transparency, verifiability, and integrity of America's voting process. Making matters worse, our public voting system has been privatized and outsourced to a handful of domestic, foreign, and multinational corporations. Just two companies, ES&S and Diebold, electronically process 80% of all votes using touchscreen machines or optical scanners. Their employees are in a perfect position to rig elections nationwide. These two companies have close ties to the Republican Party, and evidence is mounting that elections in America have been computer programmed to prefer conservative candidates. What can you do? Ask your state and federal representatives to support total transparency in voting, open voting. That means paper ballots, which are marked, signed, and cast by the voters, then hand counted in full public view at your local poll on Election Day. What can candidates do in the meanwhile? Don't concede an election until you've conducted a citizen audit. Ask your supporters to go public with their votes. Ask your supporters to sign up and be counted. Learn more at thelandisreport.com.